Hey everyone, how is it going? It is your pal, Sal here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to our Cher discography journey. Today, as you all know, we're tackling a very different album. An album that I do know, an album that is, in a sense, I guess, forgotten to the sands of time. An era that is just, this is a whole thing. We're talking about today. So as many people do know, Cher started off, in a relationship with Sonny Bono and then ended up divorcing him. And then I believe actually technically before the divorce was final, met a man. And that man's name is Gregg Allman of the Allman Brothers Band. A band which I couldn't tell you, I could tell you two songs thanks to the musical The Cher Show. But a man who Cher fell in love with, they fell in love with each other, I should say, and everybody hated them as a couple. Many people at the time, thankfully this did not, translate for very long, but it was a way to kind of put it as, like, people kind of viewed Cher as the Yoko Ono of the Allman Brothers Band. It was not a good time for any of them. If you want a clear cut analysis of all of this, I either recommend checking out the Turn Back Time podcast or the great video that was posted by Todd In The Shadow detailing this album in whole. Because I think that's just the best way to understand everything more than I can give you. Because right here, we are going to talk about basically, so everybody hated them. Everybody hated Cher and Gregg. No one liked them together. It was not a thing. But they were determined to prove to the world that they were a great couple. And they just said, well, what's the best way to do that than bringing our music and coming together? And in such, we got the album To the Hard Way. This is an album that it doesn't even have their names on it. It was credited to Allman and Woman. Weird. Especially I feel personally I would have rather had Cher's name on there than his. Regardless, so yeah, they recorded an album together. This is an album that I actually have listened to before. I was introduced to it the same time as I was Stars, and two very different albums, but in all honesty, I don't hate this album. I know that there's, so much, that goes into it. It just doesn't work as a product. It flopped horribly. It was released in November of 1977, and it did not chart on the Billboard 200 and only spawned two singles, which included Move Me and You Really Got a Hold on Me. It was so unsuccessful. They went on tour, and apparently the tour was a disaster for it. It was not a pretty time. Again, I'm missing so many things, but just not a great time. Mid-70s for Cher in terms of putting out an album, not a great time. But either way, I want to give this album some love because there are songs in here I do like, and I actually do kind of like how Cher and Gregg kind of perform together. Some people don't like it, and I am kind of in the middle. I get what people are saying, but I kind of do like it. So I think the best thing to do is to probably get started with this album. It's kind of, we're going on a little tangent here, and then for the rest of the, because Cher is another weird little side project too that we'll be tackling. But regardless, today we are listening to The Hard Way by Allman and Woman, and we're going to get started with track number 1, which is the lead single. What I would argue is the best song off of the album, one I do like. I have a little story with it. We're going to get started. So this is track number 1, Move Me. It's hard to do that with your mouth. Now that's lovely. Come on, here we go. And it's the vocals that make it do. Move me. Love the way you move me, baby. Move me. Love the way you move me. Making love with you, little things that you do make me feel so good inside. Come on, move me. Move me. And then it's just the same thing over again. Come to think of it, there's not much to this song. Oh well. Okay, that was Move Me, and easily I can tell you right here, this was the right choice for the lead single. A lot of people have said that Cher and Gregg's voices do not blend, which they do not. I'm listening to this and I'm like, yeah, they're not really blending, but it's not working, if you know what I mean. They're kind of like, they have their very distinct sounds, and it's kind of, you know, refreshing to hear Cher duet with a man that isn't Sonny. Because I always felt, and I've talked about this before, is that Cher's voice when she's with Sonny, I feel is when her voice is at her lowest, because it almost feels like she's like trying to not necessarily mimic him, but you can tell that the way he sang influenced her like twang a little bit, that would come out of her voice. So with Cher, because Gregg has got this, it's a deeper voice for sure. I think Cher is getting a little more Sherry here, if you will. Not to say that her voice had not already been Sherry, but you know what I mean? I feel like she was in her own little element. I like this song. Again, they don't really blend, but it somehow works. I like it. I think it was a good choice for the lead single, but unfortunately just didn't do well. Not much to the song, not much at all, but I like it. It's got a good hook, and it's fun, that's for sure. Oh, and the fun story I have is back in the day, so this would have been my senior year of high school, I made someone, I forgot who the person, well, no, I remember who, but she's out. I made them a mix CD, and basically this was the song that I opened it with. I would always like put something, you know, a little random in there, and this was what I opened with, and they liked it, so there's that. So let's move me. Track number 2 is the song that I really do like as well. It is called I Found You, Love.
I was looking for a new love. Different kind of true love.
I forgot, this is a nice song too. Is this the one where they go do-do-do, do-do-do? I think it's this one. Let's see, hang on. I think it is. It is, I knew it. I found you, love.
I was lost with no direction, and my life was one big question. I was down and out, filled with doubt. You love.
Here we go.
I found a new love. He's wonderful and true. He gonna spend his Monday.
Here comes the good vocal.
He gonna call me honey.
Oh, yes, Cher. Here comes it. That's so good. Okay, that was I Found You, Love. And this song, again, it's a shame that this album didn't do well, because this could have been a very easy potential single. It's really nice. I think it showcases both of their vocals really, really well. Gregg sounds great in it. Cher sounds even better. I mean, the belt she gives us in there, she's really feeling this one. I've also heard it been said that Gregg was not all into recording this, and well, that could be fairly true. He seems pretty content in this one. I mean, the song is just basically about how they found each other. They found each other through the darkest nights. They found love, and that's sweet. Could have been a potential single. I like this one. It's fun, and the do. Say what you want, but the production is soulful. I love it, man. That's not bad, and it could have been a single. It really could have. Track number 3, Can You Fool?
You can take all of the money that you've made and
put it in a jar.
You just can't forget her. Can you fool?
Can you fool, baby? You can't fool. No.
With those winter nights and the city lights
City lights.
Right out of the train. Well, that man just gotta be so cruel, but you
I love the harmonica. It's so nice.
can't forget it.
Can you fool?
Oh, love is long and love is hard. Love brings lots of pain.
The harmonica is so nice. I forgot about that.
Well, you can take all of the money that you made and put it in a jar. Still, you can't figure why that man
so lovely.
gotta be so cruel, but you
Okay, that was Can You Fool? And our first ballad that we're getting on this album. And you know what's so funny is that with its kind of soul-y roots that a lot of the songs on this album has, I never realized like how much this song reminds me of something you could possibly hear on Stars. Like Cher could have easily, you know, maybe they would have maybe have had to strip it down a tad for Stars, but it could have been something that had been on there. I think it works really well. I mean, they're just saying, these two are just trying to say that they're not in love and that the person that is in their past, it's over, it's done, but they can't even fool themselves. It's just not true. Not bad. Gregg's vocal is really good on this, and Cher's is good. I mean, we get that little little falsetto there. That's always nice. But I like this. Probably so far technically my least favorite, but we still have a couple other songs on here which I think will overtake that. Okay, track number 4 is a song that should just be very familiar because this is the second time Cher recorded this song with her second husband. This is You Really Got a Hold on Me, which she recorded previously with Sonny Bono on the first album, I believe. So, irony, we love it. And I do like this version. Love a harmonica. Okay, that was their take on Allman and Woman's take on You Really Got a Hold on Me. And it's kind of a blessing that Cher recorded this again because this blows her version with Sonny out of the water with the just the real like soul-y roots that this one has. It just feels so alive, whereas the Sonny and Cher one feels a little more pop processed, if you know what I mean. I love it. I love this. This is a great take on the song, and they both slay it. I feel it. I kind of get the choice to make it a second single. They were like, come on, just give us something that's somewhat successful. Everybody loves this song. Maybe it'll do well. It didn't. But considering it was the second single, I can't be mad about that. It's such a good song, and I like this version a lot. Track number 5, we have the sadly titled We're Gonna Make It, which they did not. So.
I know we will. And it's we're gonna make it, I know we will. 'Cause togetherness brings peace of mind. We can't stand down.
Okay, that was We Gonna Make It. We're gonna make it. It sounds like they're saying we gonna make it in the song. It's not a bad song, but it's just, it's awkward because they did not make it. You don't, to be honest, they don't even sound all that passionate and like, yeah, we're gonna make it. I think even them and everybody in the world was like, sure, Jan, you're gonna make it. Yeah, it's not aged well. It's got a fun production to it, but the lyrics, I mean, it's too awkward, man. But what are you gonna do, Track number 6 is called Do What You Gotta Do, and it is basically, I think except for a few. This is the first song in here that I don't remember how it goes, so I'm sure once I hear it I'll know, but this is Do What You Gotta Do. Okay, it's ringing bells now. Oh, this gives me Jackson Highway vibes. I might stand this more now. Let's hear it. I loved you better than your own kin did.
It's my own fault for what happens to my heart. See, I knew you'd always go. If it should mean I'll never kiss your sweet lips again.
Hey, that no mind, taste that devil dream of you.
But it's the part you showed to me. So you just do what you got to do, my wild, sweet love. If it should mean I'll never kiss your sweet lips again.
Okay, that was Do What You Gotta Do, and I mean, this one actually came to life. They kind of did what they had to do. I mean, with this song, it's about two lovers that are parting ways, and they need to go and do what they gotta do, and like they love each other, but like they just can't really be together. And I like the ending where it's just like, come on back and see me if you can, and you're like, oh, that's sad. This would have been a nice closer to the album. I guess it's the closer to side A, so there's that. But this is one I'll slightly stand a little more. It's got a very like adult contemporary vibe to it, so it makes me think of like some of Cher's earlier 70s work, but with a more edge to it. So I appreciate that. I like this. Like I said, I know I've heard all these before, but this is one that I'll remember now. Track number 7, In For The Night. And the title's familiar, but again, the song is not, and this is the first song of side B.
1, 2,
I remember that.
do it like
One, I remember that. 1, 2, do it. Oh, this is like the kind of like little sex jam. I forgot that.
flying home to Mobile.
Mobile, Alabama.
Been in your cornfield for a while.
Oh, in the pain, all your shoes down in no direction. I love you, darling, but you just can't seem to change. You're like that bluebird flying home for me. You've been in my cornfield for the day.
Never been mama like you used to.
Okay, that was In For The Night, and it's very much what it is. They're having sex, and they're in for the night, and they're doing good. What I like about this song is that it is like production-wise kind of sexy. Lyrically, it's not as sexy as it thinks it is. But when it's like strut with me, mama, like you used to. Weather's kind of cold, but I don't care. And this is right here the imagery that I can't get out of my head. Slip off your old red flannel nightgown. Get to feel like falling with a fallen fair. Yeah, because that's sexy. But regardless of that, it's a cute little song. This is what Thunderstorm from Cherished, that little piece, thinks it is. And this is nice. It's better. It's not great, but I do like it. It's a fun little sex jam. I'll give it that. Okay, we are now on track number 8. This is the first song. Oh, now we're about to go through 2 solos. So this is Gregg Allman's solo song, Shadow Dream song, and I do not remember how it goes. I think because there's no Cher in here, I probably always tuned out to this one. So we'll give Gregg a chance.
I meant to call her name, I meant to take her hand, I meant to be the same and understand. What was that song she sang in the morning about the princess and the prince?
Okay, that was Shadow Dream song, and I finally took the time to listen to this, probably for the first time, focusing on it, just listening to Gregg. And keep in mind, Gregg Allman is an amazingly talented singer, songwriter. He's an icon, just not for me. It's not even his music, but the whole, like, you know, white guy rock band. For me, that's not my shtick. But one thing I do find interesting is that this song is called Shadow Dream Song, which is an interesting title, but what he says in there, he's like, she's just a dapple shadow. And I was like, well, what the hell is a dapple shadow? So the definition of dapple is any of numerous, usually cloudy and rounded spots or patches of color or shade different from their background. So what I'm getting with this song is that he's basically saying that this person he's talking about is a shadow, like to him, like they're basically just a shadow. But when you add that dapple thing to it, it's a cloudy shadow. So it's like even the shadow of this person. So first we have the person, then we have their shadow. Now that shadow is honestly even cloudy itself. So it's like, that's an interesting idea, concept, and I like it. It's a sweet little song. I wonder what he was like going through when he was thinking about it. Like, was Cher becoming a distant memory to him in a sense? Not a bad song though whatsoever, and I do like it. So I'm glad I finally took the time to analyze it, and that helps me like it a little more. Track number 9, we have Cher's solo piece on this album. We have Island. And this song is really pretty from what I remember.
I think we need an island. If I could see your face, and I've covered the whole world, searching for a way to get to you. Will it be this way forever? I need to get this way forever. Do I feel the night is breathing closer than ever?
Now that is some good shit right there. The gist of this song is that it's so reflective of, I feel like, their relationship. As we've talked about before, people hated Cher and Gregg as a couple. Like, they hated it. But many people don't think about the fact that, and I think we're doing better with this now, is that realizing celebrities are human beings too. They wouldn't have wasted their time together if they didn't really love each other. She really loved Gregg, and Gregg really loved her. I've always found it kind of funny because listen, I've never thought Gregg Allman was that attractive, and I was always kind of shocked Cher ended up with him. But she loved him, and that's all that matters. And it's so sad to think that they were probably just, you know, trying to be a nice couple. They're like, oh my God, we can sing. Let's do a little song, couples album together. And everyone was like, you're gross. We hate you. You know, all that. That's kind of sad. And it feels like in this song, it's just like she's trying to search for a way for her and Gregg to be together, because if it wasn't the people of the world being mean to them, Gregg was, you know, addicted to drugs, and Cher couldn't like deal with that or get past that. It was tough. And she was just like, God damn, if we just had an island, we would be fine. We would be okay. We'd be together. But it's sad. It's sad. This is a nice little Cher song, though. I really feel like this one is very, it's better than anything you could get off of Cherished, if you will. So, yeah, gorgeous. I mean, just beautiful, man. Track number 10, I Love Making Love to You. And I'm almost positive I remember it, so let's hear it. Oh wait, no, this is not familiar.
I love making love to you.
Anywhere, I don't care. Oh, I love making love to you. Oh, the fire in your eyes.
With your soul. 'Cause there's no light in the thunder, in the seventh wonder, mightier than what you got. Keep it up forever. No one does it better. Baby, come and get it while it's hot.
Okay, that was I Love Making Love to You. And TBH, this is the better of the two sex songs that are on here. The title is, you get it, I Love Making Love to You. One lyric that I never picked up before, because having the lyrics up in front of me now, is it's basically the chorus into the, or pre-chorus into chorus, but she's like, 'cause there's no lightning and thunder, and he's seven wonder mightier than what you got. Keep it up forever. No one does it better, baby. Come and get it while it's hot. That's fun. I like that. Yeah, it's not a bad song whatsoever. I feel like I get a little more Cher out of this one than I do Gregg, but I ain't mad about that. Track number 11, the final track of the album. This is Love Me, and again, I'm not picking up the title, but I remember that now.
Treat me mean and
We got some good low vocals here.
go.
I just found out that this is an Elvis song, and that makes so much sense. Makes so much sense. I never knew that.
Well, I'll be sad and blue.
If you ever go, darling, I'll be home. I would beg and steal.
I love the harmonica. Okay, so that was Love Me. Again, this one is fine. I remember the beginning, treat me like a fool. And like I said, finding out just now that it's an Elvis song, that makes this make a whole lot more sense. It's a good song. I don't think it's my favorite off of the album, but I don't think it's by any means like appalling. So, nice little... Actually, you know what? This should not have been the closer. I really think that Do What You Gotta Do would have been a better closer, personally. This maybe would have... This one just feels more like an album track, I guess, but that's all I got to say. Okay, guys, we just finished the one and only studio album by Allman and Woman. I forgot to mention two things in the beginning of my video real quick. We didn't talk about this cover, which is bizarre, to say the least. I remember the first time I saw this, I was like, what the is this? As I've grown and just known it, I think I'm desensitized to it. Like, I've just gotten used to it. I mean, it's awful. Like, woof. But, it's like, now if someone asks me, like, what do I think of the cover of Allman and Woman? It'd be like the famous Whitney Houston saying, like, what do I think of her? I don't think of her. I don't think of it anymore. I'm just like, yeah, I get it. It's cool. It's whatever. So there's that. And I should also mention, like I said, I was gifted a copy of both Stars and Allman and Woman at the same time. Both got destroyed in a flood, and I thankfully got Stars a new copy a while back. And then for this video, actually, I found this on eBay for really cheap. I think I got it for like 14 bucks, and it's really cool because it's a promo copy. It's like not for sale, and I'm like, well, no one probably bought it. So, I mean, obviously I know that this one was like given out like as a freebie, but not a lot of people bought it. So there's that. So I'm happy to re-own this one now. And I like that it has both that and then the hype sticker, Cher and Gregg. Doesn't say anything else. Like, this is great. It's just them. It's both of them. But regardless, this is To the Hard Way, and I forgot to mention this at the beginning too. It has never been released, much like the last 3 albums, on CD, digitally. The only way to get it is if you have a an unofficial release, not done by anybody official. So there's that. And then I want to bring you guys up to something true at the end of this. I want to tell you about this. So anyways, this was To the Hard Way, the one and only album by Allman and Woman, and it's fine. Listen, here's the thing. Once you get past the cover, I don't think this album is by any means bad. I think it's an acceptable album. I think that they do work well together. It's not like that I feel like they're at odds. I mean, one of the reviews I read was that Cher is an actress, so she can accommodate herself to do other projects. But I mean, this type of southy, like, sound that this has, like the soul-y southy sound, it fits well in her voice. I mean, with her being a contralto, I mean, it gives you a kind of nice little edge to it. I think the best songs on here are Move Me, I Found You Love, You Really Got a Hold on Me. We're gonna make it as a good song. It's just hard to listen to in this scheme of things. Both of their duets are really good. I feel like it's a perfectly acceptable album. And I think that's also like what kind of hinders it, is that it can't be really much more than that. Once you get past the fact you're like, okay, it's good. It's not one that I flock back to all the time. It's kind of like, you're like, okay, I know everyone didn't like you, but you're okay. You're cool. And I think that that's the best thing to say about this album. It's okay. It's good. It's not horrifying. It's not, I don't think it's an embarrassment. I mean, the only thing that's kind of embarrassing maybe to share is the cover. But once you get past that, the material presented here is good. Is it Cher's best or Gregg Allman's best? No. But is it far from their worst? Yeah. Like, even so, this album is better, honestly, in my opinion, disregarding, Jackson Highway. It's better than any of her 60s outputs. I would argue it's technically a little better than some of her 70s outputs. But, considering it's not billed to her actual name, it doesn't really count in the discography. But it's important to tackle, because I think it's an okay album, and if you haven't checked it out, go give it a listen and just be like, yeah. Sitting here, like, that's what I thought. I'm like, okay, I revisited you again. I'm good for a little bit. I don't need to go through and listen to the whole thing through again. So that's To the Hard Way by Allman and Woman. Cher, the one and only time Cher and all of them, Cher and Gregg came together. So there's my thoughts on that. And before we go, like I said, this album ends the cycle of the unsuccessful Warner Brothers 70s years. Cher released, her 3 solo Warner Brothers records that all did not do well, and this one under Allman and Woman still under Warner Records. Oops, sorry, something just fell on my wall over there. So as we all know, these albums have never been released on CD or digitally. And what I find really interesting is that basically the one thing that we know about it is that from an article on Billboard where someone basically said that Cher owns the rights, Warner has no right to distribute or do anything with them. But it's never been like confirmed. And I think I actually, for you guys, have a little bit of confirmation on these. So when you upload reaction videos to YouTube, obviously you get like content ID matches, then you have to dispute them because reaction videos are allowed to be monetized, which is how I make just a little extra stuff so I can buy vinyl on the side for some of these videos. And I've had no issue up to now on actually posting any of these videos. And I really thought that, doing all these Warner Brother ones, there was going to be no content ID match because no one cared. If Cher owns them, it's not really, like, flocking out there. Well, get this. On my YouTube channel, for all of these videos for the Warner Brother ones, they're being content claimed by a group called Aviator Management GmbH. And I was like, well, they don't own this music. Well, turns out they're the ones who manage Cher's Cher. They just manage her, and her rights and stuff like all that indefinitely. So I think in a way that this confirms that Cher does, in fact, own the rights. And I try to dispute them, and they refuse to, let me monetize these, which is technically not right, because, you're allowed to do that when you do reaction videos or reviews. You're allowed to use the material. So I'm kind of a little pressed about that, but I'm glad these videos have just done so well for this era. But I think that that's just a cool little thing to know. Now, we do know Cher does, in fact, own these, which is good to know. But Cher, come on, it's time. release them out there, put them on streaming. Like I said, the saddest thing about going through her discography is seeing all of these albums missing. It's just not right. So hopefully one day that'll be resolved. Who knows? But anyways, guys, this was To the Hard Way by Allman and Woman. I will see you next week when we go... we're going home, if you will. We're going to be tackling the end of the 70s with her... Oh, I don't know which number it is. With Take Me Home. So I'll see you guys then. Have an amazing day. We end on a pun. Hopefully I had a really good hold of you, so there's that. Bye, guys. Have a great day. See you next week.